There are lots of reports that Apple is prepping a sequel to its mini phone. These are the top 5 iPhone SE 2 rumors. How do you rank rumors? Let's go from exciting to super mega exciting. Let's go. And number 5 is the name. Okay, this thing would be a second generation of Apple's budget iPhone, the iPhone SE. A logical name is the iPhone SE 2. But who needs logic? A report from Mac Otakara says the device might be called the iPhone 9. Does that make any sense? Well, maybe. Take a look at Apple's iPhone page. At the top is the current lineup. We've got the 11 Pro, the 11, the 10R, and the iPhone 8. It is a little odd that the phones go from 10 to 8, so maybe, to make things simpler, an iPhone 9 would fit in nicely. Then again, it would be strange for the iPhone 9 to be released after the 11, but it's Apple, so maybe it'll just get a different letter designation, or Roman numerals, the iPhone iX. For the sake of convenience, I'm calling it the SE2 in this video. Number 4 is the design. The iPhone SE was essentially an iPhone 5S with upgraded internals. It also had a tiny 4-inch screen. It was the Apple phone for people who wanted a small and very easily pocketable device. These days, the smallest display on an iPhone is 4.7 inches on the iPhone 8. Now, reports say that the iPhone SE 2 will essentially be a revamped iPhone 8. That includes a 4.7-inch display. Will it be OLED like some of the other iPhones? No, it's supposed to be an LCD possibly made by LG. So if you thought the iPhone 8 was too big for your pockets, I'm sorry. The SE 2 will likely require you to buy new pants, tiny pocket person. And number 3 is the price. The iPhone SE 2 is expected to start at $399. The iPhone SE started at the same price, with a 64 gig model at $499. Those prices make it easy to step into or continue to live in Apple's ecosystem. If you're on an iPhone 6 or earlier, you are not getting the latest version of iOS. You could go with the iPhone 8 at $449, but then you're getting a phone from the year 2017. Get the iPhone SE 2 at $399 with updated internals, and you get the latest iOS for years to come. That is enticing. If you're just looking for a new phone in general, a $399 iPhone seems very reasonable. Apple's flagship 11 starts at $699. Want a Samsung Galaxy S20? $999. What about the S10 from last year? $750. At $399, the iPhone SE 2 is also competing against budget devices like the Pixel A series and Moto phones. It's a smart play to get more iPhones in the hands of more people. As an aside, if the iPhone SE 2 comes in at $399, I don't see the iPhone 8 surviving much longer. Why would anyone pick an 8 over the SE 2? Which brings us to number 2. The specs. The iPhone SE crammed in the latest Apple processor in an older body. The iPhone SE 2 is expected to do the same thing. Imagine an iPhone 8 body with an iPhone 11 heart. Inside would be an Apple A13 Bionic chip. You say, who cares? I say you should. That's the same processor as in the top-of-the-line iPhone 11. That means you're getting a lot of performance out of a relatively cheap phone. The SE 2 would also have 3 gigs of RAM. That's 1 more gig than the SE, but 1 less than the iPhone 11. What about storage? You're probably looking at 64 and 128 gig options. The original SE came in 16 gig and 64 gig versions. 16 gigs was tiny even when the SE came out in 2016. The camera is expected to be the same 12 megapixel shooter as the iPhone 8. That's not bad. iPhone cameras are great. There, I said it. Fight me. What about Face ID? Sorry, that should not be happening. Touch ID should live on with the iPhone SE 2. And the number 1 electrifying rumor is that there might be 2 models. There would be the iPhone SE 2 that we've been talking about, and the SE 2 Plus with a 5.5-inch or 6.1-inch full-screen display. The SE 2 Plus would not have Face ID. That would mean that the notch on the top would be smaller than on other iPhones. Touch ID on the Plus would be built into the power button on this device. So the SE 2 Plus would be more like a budget version of the iPhone XS. That's an interesting proposition. There are conflicting reports on when this second SE 2 would show up. It could be this year or next year. It is a bit strange though. One of the hooks about the iPhone SE was its small size. With the new SE 2, it looks like Apple is really just building a budget-friendly phone. Want to keep up with the latest Apple stuff? Check out the Apple Core. It's great. If you've got questions, comments, topic ideas, let me know. I'm Zach Tar, and I'll see you online.